Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, the social investment program set up by the Malam Buhari government has now been identified as the main conduit that this particular regime is using to funnel money out of the Nigerian coffers and spirit it away. So now that the program, that particular initiative has been identified as no more than a pathway for funneling monies out of the Nigerian coffers and disappearing it, a lot of focus is now being weighed upon that particular agency. So guys, I bring you this. Sadiya Farouk gets ultimatum on details of Buhari's government feeding program. So Sadiya Farouk, of course, Malam Buhari's side chick, is the person that has been put in charge of this agency that has now been identified as a conduit for funneling money out. So the lady, of course, is now under pressure. The headline again: Sadiya Farouk gets ultimatum on details of Buhari's government feeding program. So now let's now see what defense this lady is going to put up. Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has sent a Freedom of Information FOI request to the Buhari administration to publish details of its home feeding programs or face a lawsuit within 7 days. SERAP is requesting names of the suppliers and contractors, the procurement rules, including bidding processes, the total budget, and all designated voucher distribution and collection sites for the implementation. The organization also wants information on the number of states to be covered during the C-19 crisis, projected spendings per state, details of the mechanisms and logistics that have been put in place to carry out the program. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs Sadiya Farouk last week announced that the government would start feeding school children in their homes starting from Abuja, Ogun, and Lagos State. In May 9, 2020, FOI, so that's Freedom of Information, sent to Farouk. SERAP urged her to make the scheme transparent. It stressed that this would address public skepticism regarding the ability of the government to satisfactorily implement the program, promote openness, allow Nigerians to track its implementation, and hold suppliers and contractors to account. The government has a responsibility to ensure that these requirements and other anti-corruption controls are fully implemented and monitored, and to ensure that the program benefits the children and families who need it the most. We urge you to also establish an online national database for all suppliers and contractors responsible for carrying out the program to feed school children in their homes, which is expected to cover over 3 billion households in Lagos and Ogun State and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. SERAP said it would be grateful if the requested information is provided within 7 days of the letter receipt. If we have not heard from you by then, the registered trustees of SERAP shall take all appropriate legal actions under the Freedom of Information Act to compel you to comply with our request, it threatened. So now this is now this thing now. You'll recall, of course, that there's 500 billion naira that is been allocated to this particular agency, which is not accounted for, which no less a figure than Aisha Buhari had alarmed about it, and the PDP, of course, have already started making drum beats. In fact, they've always been making drum beats about this 500 billion naira. So that 500 billion naira, which is part of the is just part of, not all of the package of this agency, has been allocated and has been dispersed, but then there's no impact felt anywhere within the country to show that this money is impacting on anybody that can be identified. So this agency now, this SERAP, is now saying now, publish your books or within 7 days we'll take to law. But of course, when they take to law, who will they meet there? Tanko, the Chief Justice of the nation, Mr. Tanko, I can't remember his last name, and you recall that this was the same guy that told us that it doesn't matter if Buhari has a school start or not, so we can already know what to expect if they are dragging Buhari's girlfriend to the law courts. Conversations in the comment section, the news is tightening, but these people, they have wiggle room because they control everything within the Nigerian state. The Minister of Justice is of their own, the Chief Justice of the Nation is of their own, the police chief is of their own, the DSS is of their own. So this syrup or whatever, this non-governmental organization, well-intentioned, but they can whistle in the wind for all they like, because this would not amount to anything. But at least they are highlighting it to embarrass the position and say that we are seeing what they are doing, but then seeing what they are doing is one thing, but what can we do about it is the next question. Come share thoughts about all this with me in the comment section, but before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. Bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then come tell me what you think the chances are of these people, this non-governmental organization that is making noise. Come tell me what you think their chances are of getting a result in the comment section. So I'll leave you here, carry this conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.